Hello guys, it's Jacob Straight. I'm with teammate Alex. This is my best students I have in my mentorship. So please introduce yourself and let me know how you found trading.
What's up, my brother? So I'm teammate Alex. Some of you guys know me as the host of PFM. Some of you guys know me as a trader in Jacob's mentorship, who has helped build it with him. And some of you
Yeah.
guys know me as teammate Alex from Just Trader Made, which is my own community. Um, but uh, but yeah, man, what else did you want me to say?
It's fine. So how you start with trading? Like how did you find your trading? Tell me a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
about
yeah.
your trading in the beginning.
Yeah, of course. So I started like everybody else, I think in 2020. We're all sitting at home, no work, nothing to do, bored, and started trading options. And in actually made a lot of money pretty quickly. Like I made like almost 5 grand, like pretty easily in the beginning. And then I found futures. So I was like, oh, what is this? And I ended up getting funded with Top Step in 2020. So I have like a certificate that shows that I was funded in 2020, which is kind of funny because most people are like, they're trading prop firms now.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I got funded. Obviously, blew that account pretty quickly because at that point I didn't really know what I was doing. And yeah, man, that's kind of my journey. In 2024, I decided to come back to futures and pretty much go all in. And it wasn't until the end of 2024 that I went all in. And all in for me was I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to start documenting my journey. I'm going to start a Discord. I'm going to share like kind of how things are going. So that was end of 2024. 2025, I think you and I connected towards the end, like maybe like October, maybe around there. And I think we were talking before that, but that's like when we first started to trade, was around October. So about a year after I started documenting my journey, is when you and I connected, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So my next question was how did you like hear from me and why like we decided to work together? That's my question.
Yeah, yeah. So I was profitable, but I wasn't making a lot of money with trading. I
Mm,
was making, $1,500, $2,000 a month, which is like for some people that's like really good, right? Like it
mhm.
depends on where you are in the world, but I'm in New York. So for me, $2,000 extra is nice, but life in New York is expensive. So it wasn't going to cut it. And the amount of time that I was putting into trading was a lot of time for potentially not as much money as I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, so at that time, kind of what happened was I was just basically like second guessing if I should continue doing this, if I should keep trading, um, because again, like if you're putting a lot of time into something and you're only making a certain amount of money out of it, it might not be worth it to someone. You know what I mean? So I was kind of at that point where I was like, I'm streaming in the morning, I'm sharing everything in the Discord. At that time, I was still doing X, but it was like I had like no followers at that time, so it kind of felt like a waste of time to like even post on X, but I was still doing it. And yeah, man, I was just kind of in this like weird place where I was like, do I quit? Do I, what do I do? And I just remember kind of praying. I'm not very religious at all, but trading can somehow bring you closer to God or bring you closer to some sort of faith because
Mm-hmm.
it feels like it's you against the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started getting closer to God, and I started just kind of, asking for signs, asking for, what, is this for me, basically? You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah.
And you just kept popping up on my X that time. And it just happened to be around that same time that I'm kind of looking for signs that you keep popping up. I don't want to get biblical, but obviously your name is Jacob. So, I took it as a little bit of a sign. And I just remember like I had seen your name even before that, like for months before that. And I always saw you struggling. And then I saw you sharing that you were doing well. And then I saw
Yeah.
you sharing that you were, I remember you had done like 100 grand or something. And I remember thinking like, hey, if he could do it, I can do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when I connected with you, man. And I was like, yo, I've been watching you, dude. I see what you're doing. It's impressive, and we're both trading the same time frame. Like at that time, I remember watching you on. I think you were on Top Step TV, and I watched you trade. We're both trading the exact same thing, 10 a.m. And I was like, damn, I was gonna go long and you went short, and I was like, all right, what is he doing, bro?
Yeah.
Why is he going short?
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was kind of that moment, man, where I was like, all right, yeah, I think I'm just gonna connect with my boy here and see what happens. And it was life changing. So
Yeah.
it was a beautiful thing, bro. Because not only did I kind of get a missing piece of the puzzle that I felt like I needed, I also got a good friend. Like
I
we
agree.
built a great friendship. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And
Yeah.
yeah, man. So
So
not just the money that I've made, but the friendship and everything we've created. I'm very blessed and very thankful.
I agree with you, Alex. And let us like know what was your trading like before in terms of what kind of model were you trading? What you yeah.
Yeah. So I was trading 10 a.m. and I was not, I mean, yes, it was a reversal model because that's kind of what I was taught to trade. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that that's what I was taught, but it's what I gravitated towards because at the time, there were a few people that I was friends with that were also like pretty good ICT traders.
Yeah.
Kind of like you, actually. It's a funny story, but yeah. So I was connected to like ICT traders that were doing well, and it was this reversal model. But the reversal model, this is something that you find out after you're trading it for a while. You find out, are you the kind of person that likes to lose a lot? And the little bit of
Yeah.
wins makes all the
Yeah.
profit, or are you the kind of
Exactly.
person that wants to win every day, or not every day, but
Mm.
my personality, I need to go home at the end of the week knowing that I'm not just leaving the market with a black eye and a broken leg. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I need to be leaving being like, dude, I did some damage. Like like I actually put up a fight, and
Yeah.
I did well or whatever. So I think it's not that it didn't work. I just think it wasn't for my personality. And yeah, I think what intrigued me about what you were doing wasn't that we were doing the opposites because sometimes we were doing the same thing, but it was in those moments where I would maybe get stopped out that you were winning, and I was like, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Like it was completely like it was just like flipping something on its head for me. It was a very humbling moment to be like, okay, very interesting. But obviously, as a trader, you already know that when you lose, someone else wins. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like that's
Yeah.
just how it works. But knowing that it was you that was winning that when I was losing that was a different, it was a kind of a
Yeah.
different thing. And then hearing your story too, like,
Mm.
you talked about ICT and how it was like hitting your head against a wall and it didn't do much for you. It just made you lose and lose and lose until you decided to switch it up and find something that worked for you. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
uh, so I think, yeah, I think it was a mixture of all of that, bro. 100%.
Okay. And how your trading changed after joining the mentorship? What changed in your trading? Like in terms of it can
Uh,
be consistency, it can be risk management, psychology. What changed?
well, first off, I made a lot of money.
Yeah, of course.
I've done about 125,000 since
Yeah,
November.
this is
So
crazy.
so I've done well, not as well as you, but I've done well.
Yeah.
I think for me, what changed was being in touch with someone like yourself that is very confident in what they're doing.
Mm.
Watching you put on size, watching you kind of hang out in drawdown with. I mean, sometimes we stress about it, but
Yeah, we
uh,
all do. We all do.
yeah, but for the most part, seeing how young you are and how confident you are in your model that you're trading, in the statistics and the data and everything that you have built on that, you know what I mean, was very cool. I think as an ICT trader, especially a reversal trader, you sometimes are second guessing your entries, right? You're like, oh, is it going to make another low? Is it going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, am I
yeah,
in too early? Am I in too late? Like you ask all these questions that I think, like the answers are not clear, right? Like you kind of have to take a couple stabs at something, you know what I mean, to
hmm
maybe get that move. And I hear people say it all the time, like I have a 1 to 3 R or 1 to 4 R. So that means so they're like I take a lot of little losses and then I get one really huge win. Well, what if you didn't take any losses? Like, I mean, obviously you take losses, but what if you
yeah,
took a lot less losses and you took a lot more wins? So that kind of the psychology change of like you don't have to be wrong 5 times to be right the sixth. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You can be right,
First
four
time,
four out of five. You can be
yeah,
right 4 days out of five. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like that's an actual thing. So I think that was cool. See again your discipline and your risk management and your ability to be so young but so believe in what you're doing. I think a lot of people I've talked to in the mentorship have they get that they find that that's something that's really like really good that they get from you when they watch you trade. So yeah, I think that was it, man. I think at the time I was already a really good trader because I remember when you and I first started trading,
Yeah,
I think you were like, "Yo, you're a great trader," because you saw that I know a lot. I know a lot of shit. You know, like
yeah,
I know
yeah.
my stuff.
You know.
I know what's going on. So
Mhm.
I think that's why I had so much success because and pretty quickly, like my first month together was I think it was 18 or 20K, and
Crazy.
the month before that was like 2,500. You know,
Wow.
without what we were doing. So it was like
Yeah,
it was an instant change. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
Wow.
and yeah, man, it was not to give away too much stuff, but
Yeah,
I think I think out of most discords and most mentorships and most people that I talk to who do join, they can't believe how simple the strategy is,
yeah,
but they also can't believe when they back test it on their own.
yeah.
You know, like
I
that's the
know.
thing about it that's great. It's like you could see that I made 500,000, like you, for example, or you could see that I made 125 grand, but like maybe you don't believe it. Right? Like, here are the payouts. Here's all
Yeah,
the proof.
go back
Maybe you don't
test.
exactly go back test it and then come back to me. You know, I'm back is like pretty blown away. You know, and I think that's what's so great about it. Now, it doesn't matter how good your model is unless you have good risk management at the end of the day, right? Like you and me, we can't control what someone's doing in the market, but how much risk they
Yeah,
put on, what they're doing, but we know it works. And we know it has a very high win rate, and we know everybody that back tests it has sees the proof in that. Um, so yeah, man, I just feel very blessed to be part of it. When my success started to happen pretty quickly, actually. I already had a Discord, I already had a community, so everyone
yeah.
was like, "Yo, what are you doing? What's going on?"
Yeah,
So it just made sense for us to partner and for me to
yeah.
guide people into what I had found. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's been a blessing, bro. It's been a huge blessing, man. I appreciate you
It
so
is.
much. It's
Thank
been a
you,
huge
Alex.
blessing.
Alex, what is the most valuable thing you love about the mentorship?
The most what?
Valuable thing, like the one thing. It can be the live stream, it can be the backtesting, all the backtesting we have, it can be the videos. What is like, it can be the community. What is the like the
Hmm.
most
Let me
valuable
think about
thing?
that.
Like
I think there's a lot of
you,
good. I think there's a lot of
yeah,
great
of
things.
course,
So
of
let,
course.
let, let me try to figure out what I think the best thing is.
But at the beginning of your like
I
learning
mean, it's
stuff,
funny because at the time when you and I got together,
yeah.
um, there wasn't a Discord yet. It was
No,
just it
I
was
agree.
just us.
Yeah, it
So I
was.
was so it was just me and you essentially talking,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
and then I kind of just went and started trading on my own, like pretty off the bat. And
yeah,
you kind of were like, "Yo, here's the deal. This is what's up." And then
yeah.
you were like, "Good luck, brother."
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
after a couple like members join, I was like,
yeah,
man, I have to do a Discord now. It's getting big.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So for
Yeah,
me, it was different because,
yeah.
and I had to just kind of fend for myself. But when you built the Discord and people started joining,
It's so much
uh,
better.
yeah, it was amazing to see because it was like, oh, finally a place where the
Yeah,
knowledge can sit,
yeah.
where people who are trading with you or part of this
Hmm.
can all come together and connect. So I think community is probably the most important thing.
Mm.
But there's proof that even without that, it worked, right? Like
Yeah,
I
it
made
worked.
20K without any
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
And then once you built it, it was like, oh, there's a home. And
Mm.
that's what was beautiful to me about it is, oh my God, look, we have a home now, a place for all the videos, a place for all the back testing, a place for
Yeah,
all the stuff. So yeah, I'm a very I wouldn't say interesting, but I would say I'm a very different kind of interview because I'm with you from the start,
I
and so
know,
I
I
get to
know,
see everything. I
I
got to see
know.
everything.
Like
So
this interview is very different than other interview we'll do or I've done with students because you were there from the start and you saw me grow. I saw
mhm.
you grow, so it's very interesting when we
It is
were,
very interesting, yeah, bro.
yeah, very interesting.
I'll never forget that 250K month you had.
Thank you, Alex. What's your thoughts on the strategy? Like when you first joined, what was your thoughts? What is going on in your head when I show you the strategy we now trade?
Hmm. I said no effing way. Uh,
Funny. Yeah,
no
that's funny.
effing way this guy made this much money doing this. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because it simplifies a lot of things, right? And people are out are most people are teaching you very difficult things. And I don't know if it's because difficult makes people pay money because it
Maybe.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like if I just told you to do one thing and you got the best job in the world, like you might think it's fake, or not real. But if I told
Yeah.
you had to go to school, you had to get this degree and do this and do that, like people are more likely to work their ass and kill themselves for something than like, oh wait, hold on a second, I could just do this and like bypass all of that. So I think that's what it was for me. It's like your brain, it's like it can't believe that simple is better,
Mm,
but
yeah.
but in trading, in my experience now over since 2020, but mostly the last 2 years, uh, simplifying things is so much better than complicating things because um, even today, I want to give an example about today.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what day you guys are going to be seeing this, but
Yeah.
today is Bank Holiday, March
Mhm.
25th. No, not March. May
May.
25th.
May.
Yeah,
Yeah.
May 25th. And even today, like this is not this is a piece of the puzzle, but not everything, obviously, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. But as simple as if you just had a VWAP on your chart today, you made money like 4 times today. Like,
Yeah, and Alex, you were not using VWAP before, huh?
no, I was not
No?
using VWAP
No.
before. No, you actually were the first one
Yeah.
that brought that to my
Yeah,
attention.
VWAP is very nice and you can use it at support and resistance. It's very good.
And you know that I've dived into VWAPs a lot now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all about the VWAPs now because
Yeah.
because uh, because of
Yeah,
what you shown me.
yeah.
So yeah, man, it's and I bring it up because there's probably going to be a lot of ICT traders that see this video.
Of course, of
There's
course.
probably going to see a lot of people that see this video that most likely don't have a VWAP or really understand like why someone would use it because you're taught from an ICT perspective and other perspectives. You're kind of taught like you don't need this kind of stuff, but man, if you could just do that little line, man, is it's a sexy line, bro. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
it
it's a
is.
sexy line.
And I want to add something that you just said. Like today, as a bank holiday, most people will not trade, but we did, and we
And we
won,
made money.
and we made money. So it's very interesting. We have a good strategy that is backtest, and you know when to trade, when not trade. Maybe less volume, but there's still volume to go
Yeah,
on the TP. So
I mean, what
yeah,
you just said makes is what you just said. I think we should touch on it because it's
yeah,
true. I get a lot of questions like about trading. And when do you know when to stop? How do you know when to walk away? How do you
exactly.
know all this
Yeah.
stuff? And I'm like, well, if you find a strategy that tells you
Mm-hmm.
when the strategy is not no longer valid,
Yep.
then you don't have tilting. I mean, you can still tilt essentially, but the tilting is way less because if you take trades without your edge,
You're
you're
stupid.
most likely going to tilt. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
most likely going to lose. Like your
Yeah.
edge is not
Yeah.
present.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing I didn't mention, but that's one thing about the strategy that I really like is that you
Mm-hmm.
kind of you kind of know, all right, it's go time, and it's time to walk away. Like you get those times,
Yeah.
and a beginner trader, this is going to be super helpful for them because they don't know when to stop and
Exactly.
when to push and when to not. So that's also one thing I think is huge because when you're trading ICT or other models, a lot of times they come up a lot throughout the day. And so you don't know when to take them. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm,
don't know
yeah.
exactly when to put, like, when do you push on the gas versus when do you hit the brakes? But
Yeah.
with what we're doing, you pretty much know exactly when to and when not to. And I think that helps a lot of traders.
I agree, 100%. What was the biggest impact this mentorship had in your life outside of trading? It can be lifestyle, it can be, I don't know, impact.
Well, it changed my life in everything, in every aspect of my life. So, uh, when we first started trading together and I made that first 20K, I had already been journaling the from the moment I started trading the
Yeah.
model to now. I've been
Yeah.
journaling, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so my X account grew from 300 followers to over 5,000 in the last 4
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
I'm a host of a TV show on YouTube, and that TV show I was a guest that I would show up every week on Thursdays, and I would trade in front of everyone. And dude, I won 8 weeks in a row almost. I think I
That's
lost one
crazy.
time.
That's
You
crazy.
know, like, yeah, dude. So when they asked me to be a host, it was like, all right, I had already been showing up. I had already been taking trades in front of everyone. I had already been winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like since I met you, man, a lot of things in my life has really changed for the better. That's why I always give you so much love, and I always
Thank
give you
you.
so many flowers
Thank you,
because,
Alex.
yeah, bro, because it's true. You know what I mean? Like you were a missing piece in my journey, and you know, yeah, it's crazy all the things that have happened for me. You know what I mean? And I work my ass off, so it's not like
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
did. Yeah, no,
But
you did. You deserve all everything that is
thank you,
coming
brother.
your way, to be honest.
Thank
And
you.
Alex, the last question, if someone is on the fence to join the mentorship today and they don't know, they hesitate, what you will tell this person?
Uh, I'll say this, man. When I reached out to you, it was a time in my life where I already had a Discord. So I had a community, you know, I
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
already trading live. You know, I was already doing all of these things, but I didn't have an ego at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like
I respect you for that. And when I had no money, I had no ego too. So
you
I
have to
think,
have no
yeah,
ego, man. You
exactly. I think
know?
it's important to go out there and ask for some help, or go out there and DM that person, or do that and invest. So yeah, go ahead. But I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, so a lot of people in my situation, you know, maybe they already have a Discord. Maybe they already have, you know, I had like 300 people in the Discord at
Yeah.
that time. You know, it's not always the best thing to be like, oh, you know, I had to go and like connect with someone else, and now I got the sauce. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that isn't sexy. It's not sexy. Nobody wants to do that, you know? But if you believe that you're made for this, and you believe that this is what you should be doing and you want to make it happen, then that means you got to do whatever it takes. So if it's joining this mentorship, then you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like for
Yeah.
me, it was like yo, this is the next stage. You know what I mean? Like I can't have an ego. I have to go all in. And you know, whether it was you and then maybe it didn't work and then it would have been someone else, whatever that would have been, man, you just got to take that leap, that faith. You know, you have to have faith, take a leap. And for me it was, and I'll be honest with you, for me with you it wasn't just the money you made, it was that you failed for so long and
Yeah.
then you made that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most people out there who have courses or mentorships or whatever, all you've seen is that they made money for a very long time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't know how transparent that making money is.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's all true or whatever because I don't have their bank statements. I don't have their stuff. But I will say, bro, that there's something very different about seeing somebody fail for 8 months or however long it was,
Yeah.
and then everything changes. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree.
and I was like, yo, I want that. You know?
Yeah. Thank you
So
very much, Alex. I appreciate you for that. I really appreciate you. I'm grateful to know you and to connect with you. Final thoughts, Alex. So final advice, final thoughts. Tell your social and
yeah, of course.
leave a message, and we'll end on that.
All right. You can find me at teammate Alex on X. If you do find me and you do come over, make sure you show some love, say what's up.
Yes.
I'm a friendly person, I swear. And if you want to come hang out in the Discord, it's discord.gg/teammate. Jacob's part of that Discord as well, so you can catch him in there. Um, and yeah, man, I guess I'll just leave you guys with this. If you're in a tough spot, if you're struggling, if you're losing faith in yourself, if you don't believe that you can do it, if no one believes in you, if you're running out of if you're just at dead end and you don't really know where to go, I was there too, and I promise you, things change. Believe in yourself, and whether you join this mentorship or you don't, just know you can do it.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank
Of
you.
course, brother. Appreciate you, man.